Hey guys, listen. Every man should be raising his own son. Every man should be raising his own son. The reason why I say every man should be raising his own son is your son is part of you. You know, your son come from your genetic bloodline. He got your characteristics already in him. Your temperament. He already have your body structure. And believe it or not, he'll have your same mentality because he part of you. So raising your own son is very important because you want to teach your son the value of his last name and his legacy. We have sons to continue our legacy. That's why we have sons, to continue our bloodline. And you want to raise your son to be the greatest man you can make him. You want to raise your son for him to be the greatest man he could be. You want to raise your son to be a better man than you are. You know, the father leads the way and the son takes over. You want your son to have a better life than you had. You know, that's what you want. I don't understand how men have sons and they don't care about any of those things. They don't care about raising them. They don't care about taking care of them. They don't care about teaching them. They don't care about showing him the right way. They don't care about nothing. Maybe it's because they don't care about themselves. Maybe it's because they don't care about their bloodline. Maybe because their father didn't care about their bloodline with them. It's a reason why men have sons and don't look after them. It's a reason why men have sons and don't raise them. It's a reason why men have sons and don't be a part of their life. Maybe their daddy wasn't a part of their life. So it's a chain. You know, you gotta know people's family history. You know, you gotta know the history because the grandfather and the father might not have been it might not have been a situation where the grandfather raised the father or the great grandfather raised the grandfather and then the father raised the father. So it could be a chain of the bullshit. It could be a chain of it. And you never know. But it's always a reason why. And you got to look into that reason. And if you happen to be, because you can't select your parents, a part of that chain, and you know and you see the chain, you got to break the chain for your son. Forget about that, what happened prior to you, because you couldn't select your parents. You got to work on the future with your son. No matter if you was a part of the chain, you got to break that chain for you and your son. You got to raise your son. You got to raise him to be a great man. And you got to teach him. Don't fall into that type of chain. Because you're going to set an example for him. And you're going to try to set a great example for him. For him to look up to know that this is how you handle yourself as a man. This is how you move as a man. This is how you move as a father. Because he's going to see the love that you're giving him. He's going to see the knowledge wisdom and guidance that you are applying into his life. So he'll know how to apply that same knowledge, guidance, and understanding into his kid's life and his grandkids' life, so that he can create his own change. Guys, you gotta support your kids, man. You gotta raise your sons, man. It look crazy if you in the same area as your kid and you're not a part of his life, and somebody else is raising your kid. That look crazy. It's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. You gotta have more honor. You gotta have more respect in yourself than let somebody else raise your kid, your son. You gotta raise your son, and you gotta teach him how to be a great man. All the knowledge that you have in your mind, wisdom and understanding, you gotta put it in him. You might not be the smartest man in the world, but you can gain knowledge. Not only that, you have experience. You can give them that if you don't have great knowledge. You can show them what's right and what's wrong. You can show them how to move in certain circumstances. You can show them what to do and what not to do. You don't have to be the smartest man in the world to raise a boy the right way, for him to be a man. You don't have to have the most money in the world to be a part of your son's life. You gotta raise your kids, man. Don't let somebody else raise your kid. Raise your own sons. Because when they get old enough to be a man, you don't want to be blaming somebody else for the negativity that they doing, or complaining about somebody else if they end up being positive and you wasn't there. And now the love that you were supposed to be getting from your son, somebody else getting it. Can't be a hater. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to be in that situation, man, be in your kid's life, man. If you don't got a lot of money, it don't matter. The kids love the time. They don't love the money. The mama love the money, not the kid. The kid love the time and the effort that you putting in with them. Don't get this shit twisted. It's not all about finances. I seen some kids, man, they daddy ain't gave them shit since they was born, and they love his dirty drawers. You know what I'm saying? They love the ground he walk on, and he ain't did nothing for them. So it's not about the finances. It's all about how much time you putting into them, what you teaching them. You know, daddy taught me how to do this. Daddy taught me how to do that. Daddy showed me this. He showed me how to do that. That's what count with kids. It's not about the finances. So if you're thinking it's about the finances, you're using that as a crutch. That's an excuse. Real men take care of their kids, man. Real men raise their sons. And they raise them how they want to raise them. So guys, always support your kids, man. Always raise your sons, man. Don't let nobody else raise your son. Their mama can't raise them. Because guess what? If she raise him, he's going to be feminine. He going to take all her characteristics. He going to take all her mannerisms. Because that's all he know. Be in your kid's life, man. Be in your kid's life. Comment, like, subscribe, man. Comment, like, and subscribe, man. Let's get this thing going, man. That's key. I'm going to keep putting this content up, man. Support the channel, like, comment, and subscribe, man. Peace.